How's it going, guys? With Season 19's mid-season update, seen a lot of concerns about Pounders and the platform being fixed. Well, safe to say, Pounders is still as it used to be. It has not been changed. And for the platforms, it is not the end of the world. You can still solo the Guardian boss. If you already know all of this information, well, you can skip this video. For those who want to see a little bit of proof and haven't been on just yet, well, we'll be going through a couple of the methods. Seems like all the methods still work. And then I'm also going to throw in a PTS run because I know one of the bigger concerns was if Pounders gets fixed, then you can no longer solo the Guardian, and that is not true. You can still easily solo the Guardian the same way that we're going to be doing it now in the live servers. It's just that we're not going to be doing as much damage. So with that, let's get right to it. Now in this video, we're going to be using the regular setup, which is Furious, Power Attack, +3 Strength, and Pounders with no mods. We will be using a full set of +2 Strength armor, and we're going to be taking only a couple buffs: Deathclaw Wellingtons, Tasty Mutant Hound Stew, and a melee bobblehead. Now Angry Turtle covered this a long time ago, and the method now that we're going to have to take advantage of is putting down a extra set of PA on the platform. Now for the first method, it's putting the PA chassis behind the Guardian, kind of similar to how you would stand on the platform behind them to hit the battery. Now I'll be popping some coffee to maintain my AP just a little bit, but you can use rejuice or whatever method suits your taste. But just like before, instead of standing on the platform, you stand on the PA, hit the shield, and you'll be able to take it out. Just like so. No changes there. Still powerful. And then you can still hit the torso and clear the Guardian with no problems. Now we're just going to go ahead and move on to the next method. The second method is using PA, because I know there are some folks who prefer PA and full health. So this is the, I guess, second method. Again, chassis behind, crouch, use the auto axe. Same buffs, using what is it called, the Wellington's Mutant Hound Stew, and a melee bobblehead. We're able to get the reflect off to get that small little chunk, and we'll be able to clear this. We're going to go ahead and skip over to the next method. For this one, this is the limb damage sledgehammer with the limb damage mod. You could do this multiple ways. You can either stand out on the outskirts, or you can stand on a PA and proc your ricochet. This works with any weapon that has limb damage. I know there's the dragon method. I don't know that method, so it's not going to be a part of this video, but if you do, that still works. As far as I'm aware, if it does and you use it, please let me know in the comments so we know for sure, but seeing how everything is still working the same, I'm sure it still works. But we're going to go ahead and skip ahead to the shield break, and as you can see, same instance, swap to the auto axe, take out the Guardian. Now for PTS, I had one problem. This is with the Pounders change, and of course the platform, we're using the same method as we did in the previous clips, and I was able to break the shield without any power armor, but the downside is that even afterwards, I would get blown up by missiles. I've tried this multiple times, and it just ended up being the same outcome. So if you have better experience on breaking the shield without power armor, you might have a better shot at this, but again, I'm not too great at doing this solo method. But you can see that you can still break the shield with no PA. But of course the question lies, can you still solo with the Pounders change? And in fact, you absolutely can. We're going to be using a limb damage Gatling plasma to break the shield. We're going to be spamming some stim packs. Again, there's other ways to do this. This is just the way that I find comfortable of doing. And once we break that shield, we'll go ahead and show you guys the damage and I guess the full solo. Now in this, I'm just using, again, the same buffs, the food buffs and a melee bobblehead. Now we're doing a lot less damage, but you can still see that we are taking out the Guardian fairly quickly. It's definitely not as fast as we can with the current Pounders, but it's still good enough to take out the Guardian in under a minute. So unless they change the overall damage of the auto axe, or they change how tanky the Guardian becomes, we will still be able to solo this with no problem. And this is also done with less strength. I'm using a full overeaters with gimbal bracers, no +2 strength, and we're using the same setup, the Furious Power Attack +3 strength, with what is now currently known as Onslaught in PTS, but that might change. And we're using 42 luck. And just to show the buffs real quick, again, we have our melee bobblehead, no chems active. We have our addictions because took far too many. But there's the melee. There is the food buffs, and I'm not ghoulified. Ghouls might actually be able to do this a lot faster. But that about covers it, guys. I hope that's settled some concerns or some worries about Pounders being fixed, or Pounders not being able to solo anymore, or not being able to take out the Guardian in 20 seconds or so. We'll still be able to do all of this unless they make some drastic changes to either the auto-axe, the Guardian's health pool, or the resistances, or whatever. The only thing is just the minor inconvenience of putting down a PA chassis. But with that, hopefully you guys found the information useful. Good luck out there. Happy hunting. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one.